from ANTT Robotics and welcome to the 5th episode of IoT Hacks, presented to you by School of IoT and powered by ANTT Robotics. Well, in this episode, we're going to build another interesting thing, and that's called a mini weather station. Well, what's a weather station? A weather station is something that analyzes the atmospheric data and all. So yeah, it may include temperature, it includes humidity, it includes also the sunlight and stuff like that. It also includes the smokes and all the chemicals that are actually present. Well, we're going to make a simple mini weather station today. And why should we build one? Well, there are a lot of reasons to build one, because you can actually see the current data of the weather in real time from your dashboard, and it's actually pretty handy when you're going outside. So let's see what are the components we're going to need today. Well, first off, we're going to need these two sensors, and if you remember in the previous video, we have already used this smoke sensor and also this temperature and humidity sensor, and we have another new sensor today for us, and it's called the LDR. Well, an LDR is a light dependent resistor. It's a resistor which is dependent on light. So it gives us values, and we can store these values in our server, or we can also set these values in our code to do some actions. So let's make the connections. Let's see the circuit first. Well, alright. Well, we're seeing circuit right now. Okay, so according to the circuit, it's a very simple connection. We're going to take our LDR. We're going to take these two wires. We're also going to take the DHT sensor and smoke sensor, and we're going to need other jumper wires. Well, let's connect the smoke sensor first. Let's see the connection of smoke sensor. It's IoT 39. So if you remember the smoke sensor, it has four pins. We're going to use 3 pins from it. We're going to use ground, VCC, and analog inputs. So let's connect it with smoke sensor 39. Well, it's 39. Well, it is. Then we're going to connect it with GND, the ground pin. Ground pin, and now we're going to connect it with the 5-volt pin. So you can also connect it with 3.3 volts pin, but I'm just connecting with 5 volts. So we have connected the VCC with the power pins. Now our smoke sensor setup is complete. Let's connect the temperature and humidity sensor. Well, it has 3 pins: VCC, ground, and it's called the data pin. So if you don't know what data pin is, it just gives the data through this wire. So let's then the pins. It's going to be 5 volts. Alright, then now we're going to connect it with GND, the ground pin. So let's do that, and now we're going to connect it with the pin. So let's see where the temperature sensor is. Well, it's reached pin 15. Alright, let's connect with pin 15. So here it is. We have connected with pin 15, and we're done. So 2 of our sensors are finished setting up. Now we're going to connect the LDR. So let's get this out of here. Now let's focus on this. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take a multichannel pin. We're going to connect it in the middle of the resistor and the LDR. Now we're going to connect this with, let's see where the LDR is connected to. It's connected with 34. So pin 34. So, and now we're going to connect it with our ground and power. So to do that, we're going to, well, it's a node male, it's a node female, but we're going to connect our ground. Well, the ground is supposed to be black, so we're going to connect our ground pin. Alright, now we're going to connect our this with 3.3 volts, or you can connect it with another voltage, but LDR can take 3.3 volts. So yeah, and now we're going to connect with ground pin. Alright. And another fun fact, the LDR is also called the light sensor. So an LDR is also known as the light sensor because it can detect light, because it's a light dependent resistor. Well, talking of that, our circuit is totally complete. So we have a temperature sensor, we have a smoke sensor, and we have a LDR, a light sensor. So we can now just upload our code. Let's connect it. Our connection is successful. The LEDs are turned on. Let's upload it. Oh. Now, alright, the code is uploading, and let's say what you can do with this thing. Well, this is going to give data, and now these data are going to store it in our server, and we can then see a graph or a chart of the the atmosphere. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So our code is uploaded. Let's take this out and move on to the software part. So let's set up our dashboard. Well, just to let you know, the dashboard setup for this project is by far the easiest because we're not going to add any actions, we're just going to add triggers. So let's get started. Let's name our equipment. It's weather station. Description. So for the project 5, an icon. Let's give a nice icon here. Alright. Now we're just going to add triggers because we don't have any actions or anything to do. We're just going to see values. So let's just go to our code and see what are the triggers named. So it's named temperature. Let's copy this. And then we're going to paste it here. Another trigger, and it is humidity. Let's copy it also. Paste it. We have smoke. Let's copy it here and also paste it. And finally we have light. So let's paste it, and our equipment is done. It's just as that easy. It's just easy. Like, it's literally the easiest one by far. Now we're going to register this thing. Let's find it where it is, and we have found it. So let's add it to registers and name it weather station. So after we are done naming it, let's go to dashboard, and we're going to DAG field values. So it totally depends on what you want, or whether you want to do pie charts with it, whether you want to do bar charts with it, but we're going to add field values. So let's add 4 field values, and 1, 2, 3. Alright, so we have 4 field values, and now we're going to name them. So the first one was temperature. So let's select temperature, copy it, and paste it in here. The history is weather station, temperature, field value is 0. Same goes for here, humidity. We just continue this with all of it. Alright, our setup is now complete. So we just need to power on the School of IoT and we're good to go. Alright, we have done everything is done, and now we're just going to test it. So here you have it, your mini weather station. We have made this using the included sensor. So you can obviously add your own sensors and models in here and do a lot of stuff with it, but we're just using the included stuff. So let's move on with the dashboard and see what it has. So as you can see, it has a smoke, temperature and everything. So I've added some extra charts and everything. So I'm going to show you how to add this chart. So it's pretty good. There's this humidity chart, this line chart, smoke chart and everything. So let's do something. Let's see if our light works, if it reads value from it. Okay, it is working. It is showing 8496. All right, it's done. Temperature, it's okay. You can see that this chart is always updating, and obviously you can increase and decrease the size of the chart. You can customize it on your own. It's pretty cool. You can basically totally set depending on your preferences. Now we're going to do something cool. All right, so up till now we have been setting up this dashboard using our this PC, but now we're going to set up the dashboard using our iPad. So we have this humidity, we have this light with this temperature charts. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add the smoke chart. So drag an area chart. All right, press here, add this to your weather station, select smoke and then submit. After you have done that, reload this thing. And you can see we have an extra chart of smoke sensors. So let's take our trusty old lighter. Where is it? All right, let's see under the table. Okay, we have our lighter. Now, as you can see, there is this pie chart of the smoke, and now save change. Okay, it's changing. You can see it's constantly updating. It was something else before, and if we give it more here, it's going to rise. So it's pretty cool. So yeah, that's pretty much it. We have seen everything. You can actually do pretty cool stuff with it. The dashboard was nice. It was designed nice, thanks to our developers. So that's all for today, and I'm going to see you next week. And if you want to make cool dashboards like this and control your home and a lot of stuff, then obviously get one of these boards. Trust me, it's going to actually help you a lot. So yeah, I'm not promoting it, I'm just totally honestly saying, because I personally use this thing. So everything's done. Put the lighter away. That's pretty much it, I guess. Bye then, see you next week with another brand new episode. Peace.